I might have got my first performer by then. I'm not sure.
Okay. Yeah, they came out in '84, so I think
It was through doing those like little shows in other community centres and youth clubs and stuff like that I get a call off this guy who was lining that work up for us, like the demos and stuff like that. And he was, they're doing this TV thing, and it's all about. I think it was it was all about regional TV stations.
Okay.
So it was Border Television in Carlisle, and obviously in my local area it was Tyne Tees Television. So they needed 2 representatives for each, and I think that's how it was done.
Right, that makes sense, yeah.
So that's how I ended up going across there to that, which was like, you know, like so out of my comfort zone, like, you know.
And that was out of the blue, right? It's like
totally out of the blue, just like no preparation, and like I'm next thing I know, like
going to be on TV, like that's it.
Well, I just didn't even know what to think. Didn't really. I was going to some freestyle contest and I was representing Tyne Tees Television. I was like, I'm way out of my depth, you know. But you know, whatever. I'll take it.
So at this point in time, you'd only really ridden that quarter in that club.
Maybe, yeah.
There's no skate parks up there.
No, none.
There's a cobbled bank and there's a
cobbled banks and stuff like that. Like you got little shopping precincts with little banks and stuff. And the only like freestyle comp or anything like doing stuff was the little demos that we're doing, and then maybe having the little street contests and like. I remember we did this like King of the Square thing, like on Cobblestone Laidlaw, and everybody, all of those guys, the local guys would have been there, and it was like just like a laugh, just having a blast. But like, we'll give everybody like a minute to do that little bit.
Local contest.
That was kind of like, you could say it was the first street contest.
Yeah, okay.
Because it literally was a cobbled bank.
Oh, right.
That was the focus. 360 off it, or tire tapping it, that type of stuff. But. And then going to that first BMX beat was like, it was
full blown,
I just blew my. Well, I'm like, so it was in Carlisle, which is only an hour away from Newcastle straight west, about an hour and a bit on the train. So I'm doing that, travelling over there with this other guy, which was another guy who wasn't really a freestyler, but for somehow he got asked to do it. A guy called Ed Sedgwick, who was, I only ever knew him as a racer, but I was thinking, how are you going to pull this off? Because you're not really much of a freestyler. And you miraculously sprained his wrist somehow. Anyway, but anyway, we arrive in Carlisle and we've got to make our way to this hotel. And I'm like, fucking hotel? I'm like, I've never stayed in a hotel, I don't think, by then, other than if I've been on holiday with them. So then you're meeting all these people who you've never met, and then all of a sudden, all of the riders that you see in the magazines are there. Ruffle, everybody like that. I think I'd met Andy before. When he
did that show and race?
Well, but they used to come around like different parts. Well, they used to tour the UK and do like little teaching things at the tracks and that.
Was it the Ford thing? Was that?
Nah, could have been, but it was when he like rode for
Mongoose.
Yeah, Amico, Mongoose, whatever. So I'd kind of like met him before, but he didn't know me or nothing like that. It was like, but that was just like in at the deep end, crack on, and then it was like you're actually going to have to go and do like a contest together as well, and that was bizarre as well. It was like riding the ramp, and
the ramp looked terrible. How bad was that ramp?
Yeah, it was bad.
It looked.
But it was like, I mean, it might not have even been 5 foot wide.
Yeah.
And you just think how dangerous, but it's what there was at the time. You know what I mean? It's like everybody just got on with it, and that's probably when I first met Peppy, really.